Good morning, viewers. Today I am present before you with the poem of Robert Browning entitled Porphyria's Lover. In today's podcast, I will be discussing the critical summary of this great poem. Before I begin the podcast, it is advisable that you keep a notebook and a pen so that you can jot down the important points relating to this particular topic. It is further advisable to use earplugs for better listening. So here I begin. Porphyria's Lover first appeared in 1836 in a monthly magazine. Originally, the poem was bracketed with another called Johannes Agricola under the heading Madhouse Cells, but in 1863 it was separated and given an independent status as one of the dramatic romances. It is one of the earliest of Browning's dramatic monologues and one which is believed to be capable of being turned into an effective one-act play for the theatre. The poem is written in the form of a monologue in which the speaker is a lover who has an abnormal, if not insane, mind. He tells the story of how he murdered his own mistress. The murder was committed during the night when the mistress, Porphyria, had just begun to enjoy the luxury of love in his company. It was raining and a storm was blowing. The storm was doing a lot of damage to the topmost branches of the elm trees. It was also agitating the waters of the lake. The lover was inside his cottage, listening to the tumult of nature. Just then Porphyria arrived. Entering the cottage softly and noiselessly, immediately after entering the cottage, she closed the door and lighted a fire in the chimney, making the cottage warm both with the fire and her own presence. Then Porphyria took off her dripping cloak and shawl, loosened her damp hair, and sat down by the side of the lover. Porphyria called out her lover's name, but getting no reply, caught his arm and twined it round her waist. Next she uncovered her smooth white shoulder and, nestling close to him, covered his face with her yellow hair. She told him how much she loved him, but she also said that in spite of all her resolutions she had not been able to give up her husband and home in order to give herself over to her lover completely and forever. The lover looked up at Porphyria's eyes, feeling happy and proud, because at last Porphyria had admitted her passion for him. Her confession somewhat surprised him, but it also made his heart swell, and he began to wonder what he ought to do. This was the moment when she belonged to him completely, in all her beauty, goodness, and purity. Then he decided what to do. He wound all her hair in one long yellow string 3 times round her throat and strangled her to death. The reader is shocked by this unprovoked, unpremeditated, causeless murder. The poem here acquires a mysterious character. Porphyria died a painless death. The lover was sure that she had felt no pain. He carefully opened her eyelids and had a feeling that her blue eyes were still laughing. He kissed her cheek, and it seemed to him that her cheek was once more blushing. Then he raised her head and rested it on his shoulder. It seemed to him that her head was glad to have lost its life in exchange for the gain of her lover's love. Porphyria could never have imagined in what manner her desire to possess her lover would be fulfilled. Throughout the night, the lover sat with the head of Porphyria drooping over his shoulder. But throughout the night, God did not speak a single word of approbation or disapprobation. So, this was the critical summary of the poem written by Browning, Porphyria's Lover. I hope this summary proves to be of help in making you understand the poem in a better way. Please mention your feedback and questions in the comment section below. Please do like, share and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click on the bell icon for latest update. Thank you for your valuable time. Here's wishing you a great day ahead.